Hi, I'm Peter from Coffee Parts, and today we're looking at the Flair 58, the hero of their range. The Flair 58. Now this Flair is an evolution of the Flair Pro, which used a 45mm puck. Now with the 58, as the name suggests, it's running a 58mm portafilter. What that means is there's a larger surface area and you are going to have to push a lot more pressure through. So for that reason, we have a larger arm and a larger base, so it really can help you pull that shot and bring it through. Putting it all together is super simple. The brew head locks just in like this. Get it in and lock it across, and you've got an Allen key here which just keeps it all locked in. The gauge is very similar in that you just pop it in and lock it across, and once you bring in the handle down you can just pick it up from there. So now you've got the gauge moving with the head. It is loose, but it does work once you're extracting coffee. And the portafilter, once you have coffee, with the puck screen in, you can lock it in and turn it, and there you go. You got the unit together. And finally, if you do have the 58 non-X, you just bring in the power, which just locks in simply by connecting this. And then bring in the power by turning it on. And you can cycle through to do whatever temperature you want. We're running it at the 95 degrees, which is the hottest temperature because we are running a lighter roast. If you wanted to turn off the unit, just hold down the button and it will switch off. Now that we've set up the machine, let's make a coffee. We're running 18 grams in. Just dropping the puck screen on. And now when we lock it in, just bringing that cup and making sure it's tarred. To fill it with 98-degree water, we're just bringing the lever down. Just going to bring in the water. So we're running 98 degrees water and a 95-degree group head. And here we go. Now, what that means is you are pressure profiling like the old levers of the past. And this has been a trend that's come into the market more and more with high-end home espresso machines like the Slayer 1 Group and the Rocket R91. And basically Flair have continued on this trend. To allow you to do this, they've included the gauge so you see where on your espresso shot you are. The gauge allows you more control, so you really see through the shot what is happening in the head. Now this being the 58, is actually the unit with the electronic temperature controlled head or thermal management. The 58X basically means it wouldn't have had thermal management and you have to do it yourself, like you'd have to run water through and preheat it. The X is a little bit more work and the 58 is really where you want to be. This means there's a controller and this head can be heated up to 3 temperatures, 85, 90 and 95 degrees. So effectively if you think of it, 85 for your dark roast, 90 for your mid roast and 95 for your light roast. Now we're using a light roast coffee, so we have this set up at 95 degrees. To cycle through is really simple. You just hold the button down and cycle through the different temperatures. Once again, we're leaving it on 3 because that's what we're running a lighter roast. The basket it comes with holds between 16 and 22 grams. We're actually running a 2-to-1 ratio. We're running 18 grams in and 36 grams out, but really that depends on whatever coffee you're using, the roast profile and a few other things. One thing to note with this machine, as you are running the lever, you do run it and grind a lot finer than you would, say, your home vibrating pump or rotary pump machine. So if you do have one grinder at home and you are running another machine, you have to remember to grind a fair bit finer for this unit. In saying that, the unit comes with a puck dispersion screen. Now this screen sits on top of your coffee puck to basically allow the water that comes through to disperse evenly and give you a lot better coffee with a lot less channeling. I feel this is something that makes life a lot easier, although not so practical to work with, as in you put it in and when you knock your coffee out, you have to grab it and clean it. So I do see this becoming the new norm in home espresso, but probably not so much in a commercial setting. But it's nice that it has included it. The other thing to note is the base here is actually made to run a small scale. Mostly, people are most likely going to be using the Akaya Luna, but you could also use something like the Time or Nano. Now these are expensive scales, but this is also a top-end home lever machine. Without the scale, it does make it kind of hard to know where you're at, but with the scale and the gauge, you can really work that shot. Also, when it comes to construction, this unit is solid, completely metal, and breaks away from the plastic in the toy machines. Something that is quite nice. And not only that, one of the things that really sells me on this unit is that it runs a commercial portafilter. What that means is you can run all the gear you already have, or you can easily buy gear. Think custom portafilters, things like the Passado portafilter, custom baskets like the VSC and IMS and Passado, so the precision baskets, tampers which are a lot nicer, Pullman Big Steps, Pullman, Passado, Cafe Latte, Crema Pro, whatever that might be, the tampers you already have and love. And other little accessories like distributors, think OCD. You really can use the suite of accessories available to commercial machines on this machine to really not only make it an awesome machine, but an awesome package and bring it into your own flavor. Something that you can't really do with, say, the competitors, which is the Cafe Latte Robot or the Nomad. They are different machines and they have their own advantages, but this is something that I liked about this. So to me, it almost feels like you've got your main machine, especially if you drink milk at home, and you have this as your weekend warrior toy, something to really focus on espresso, to learn espresso and to geek out, or maybe you're just a black coffee drinker and this is all you want. But either way, it really feels like a beautiful machine which complements what you already have or becomes your one toy. I don't know. I actually think I might add one to my home collection. With the thermal management on the group head, whatever you've set that group head at, that's the temperature of the group head, not your extraction. For your extraction, it will depend on the water you're bringing in. So we're using a Time or Smart kettle, but you could be using a fellow EKG temperature controlled kettle, and we ran at 98 degrees. So we're running 98 degrees in on a 95 degree group head and extracting it around 91. But that will depend on the coffees you're using and what you prefer. So the main thing is you really want a temperature controlled kettle, whatever that may look like. Thank you for watching this video on the Flair 58. I really enjoyed this machine and I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps our channel. Thank you.